Afternoon. The original dairy industry restructuring bill, of course, was introduced by then Agriculture Minister Jim Sutton to facilitate the amalgamation of New Zealand's two largest dairy cooperatives, New Zealand Dairy Cooperative Dairy Co and Kiwi Cooperative Dairies Limited, and the absorption of the New Zealand Dairy Board by the new cooperative Fonterra. And it was, and the particular provisions that we are amending and discussing today, of course, were to ensure that such a large cooperative, a potential monopoly, wouldn't stifle competition within the industry, because we do believe in a free market economy that regulation to support and ensure competition is actually an important part of a developing and strong free market economy. And so the opposition does support this bill. We support the amendment of the threshold sunset clause in the original bill to increase the market threshold after which Fonterra no longer has to provide 5% of its dairy solids at a regulated price. And we do so because we agree with the government's concern that the current thresholds may not be sufficient to adequately support a thriving competitive market. But we do question why we're debating this bill the day after the government has announced its review, and we wonder whether we will be back in a short period of time debating the same issues again and amending the bill one more time. And it does mirror a larger issue with the increasing sale of farmland to foreign investors, which does risk pushing Kiwis off their own farms and handing over shareholding rights in Fonterra to offshore investors and offshore owners. So there is a wider, larger debate that needs to be had, and whilst this bill is necessary and Labor will support it through, we do wonder whether it's the timing is a little bit odd when the larger debate does need to be had. Mr. Speaker, I'd just like to add, whilst I'm on my feet, that Palmerston North takes a strong interest in Fonterra's activities. We have the Innovation Centre of Fonterra located within our city, and therefore the way it operates within the market and its strength as an international player is of extreme interest to my electorate. And we do appreciate the fact that Fonterra brings a lot of money into the country through its innovation, through the creation of products like savoury products with reduced salt, probiotic products that assist in gut and immune health, gut health and the immune system, a product called Anlean, which assists with bone health and in the reduction of osteoporosis, and low-calorie, high-protein chocolate bars and other such products. Very few of which, interestingly, are actually available in New Zealand, which I suppose is a sad thing. But our market is so small that a player like Fonterra has to be on the international market, and that of course means that it is bringing money into New Zealand. But those products, Mr. Speaker, a lot of them actually promote good health, and it is a little bit sad that products like that promote good health within the population are not available within New Zealand. But that's just an aside, Mr. Speaker. Just to note that Palmerston North appreciates the presence of Fonterra within our community and within our economy, and the fact that it provides a large number of jobs to graduates of Massey University who go on to work at Fonterra and at a number of the nearby Crown Research Institutes as well. I'll be interested to see what the ACT Party's position on this, because as I said, this is necessary regulation to ensure, I see Mr Ardern's nodding, to ensure a healthy and competitive market. And I know that's something that the ACT Party is interested in, but you know, sometimes they worry about the introduction of regulation and red tape. So I will be very interested to see where the ACT Party comes down on this, because in fact Federated Farmers has of course come out, you know, their initial response hasn't been too positive about this bill. They have expressed some concerns, and I know that Lachlan McKenzie, who is the Federation's dairy chairman, has suggested that the government is missing an open goal to ensure real farm gate competition and prolonging its bias towards the independents. And I suppose Federated Farmers does express some of the concerns that we in the opposition have expressed as well about subsidies to foreign-owned milk processors and the continuing support that they are receiving. And whilst we support this framework and the need to enhance competition within the market, we know that those subsidies can't go on forever, and at some point in time those milk processing companies are going to have to stand on their own feet. But we do share the government's concern that they're not at that point yet, and that continued regulation is important in ensuring that that market can be developed further. Mr. Speaker, it goes without saying that the opposition does support this bill. We look forward to rigorous debate at Select Committee, and we look forward to plenty of submissions. No doubt Fed Farmers will be amongst those submissions, and the continued progress of this bill.